to the den. Let them come, let them come, let them come. We'll only have to beat them again. It's the best team in London, no, the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we call Millwall. Let them come, let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. It's Saturday, Cundle Lane, we've all come down to cheer. We've had our jelly deals and our glass of beer. And rain or shine all the time, our families will bring. And as the Lions run on the pitch, everyone will sing. Let them come, let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. Let them come, let them come, let them come. We'll only have to beat them again. It's the best team in London, no, the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we call Millwall. Let them come, let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. It's Saturday, Cundle Lane, we've all come down to cheer. We've had our jelly deals and our glass of beer. And rain or shine all the time, our families will bring. And as the Lions run on the pitch, everyone will sing. Let them come, let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. Let them come, let them come, let them come. We'll only have to beat them again. It's the best team in London, no, the best team of all. Everybody knows us, we're called Millwall. Let them come, let them come, let them come. Let them all come down to the den. Let them all come down to the den.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for a live stream. What a day I've had. Oh, what a day. I've been ridiculously busy. As a result, I haven't even made it back home today. I'm actually staying at my mate's house. He's got like a little annex on the side of his house. Been and seen the kids at the hospital this morning. And as a result, I just said, I'm going to come and stay at your side. Well, I wouldn't have got back there till about 9. Then I'll be coming back again for the QPR game tomorrow at the Den, which is sold out. We're going to get into the preview shortly. The reason I've had to do this live stream is I've brought back the away days. People say they really like them, so let's bump those views up on 2 previous away days, 2 wins, 2 sold out away ends. I tell you what a difference as well, like 2 results can do for you. Sold out tomorrow at the Den, a stark contrast from the whole game and the Cardiff game, definitely. At home, I wasn't actually at the Cardiff game personally, so I had to edit that on Thursday and get that out. As a result, the preview should have been pushed back today, but like I said, I had a hospital appointment this morning. I've been to see my kids this afternoon. Well, one's a man now, he's 18, and the other's still a child at 10. So, I've not had the chance to edit, and obviously with all the transfer news coming in, I've not had the time to do it. So I'm just going to do a live stream. I don't often do live streams on a Friday night because I always tell people it's not a good time for YouTube, but 213 of you already in, and it's not even a match day, just proves what I said earlier, what a difference a few days and a couple of results can make, because 2 people are through the door, which we're going to cover, but more have followed. Well, 1 out and 1 almost definitely coming in. Probably tomorrow now, that will get announced, which we'll get on to another transfer rumours as well. So I'm just going to compose myself for a minute because I'm literally rushing like a lunatic. Oh, by the way, I've made the chat tonight for members only. I have mentioned this before. It's not an attempt to force you to become a member. Don't worry, you'll be able to comment tomorrow if you're not a member during the live stream. But I watch Benjamin Bloom, I watch my other mates, some of them do fan channels, and they do a lot of their shows lives. I prefer to edit them because I just said lives instead of live. So obviously I'll redo that and edit it and cover it with a nice photo. But what I do if I do a live and I leave it on public, there's so many questions that I end up not doing the show I intended to do, veering off and answering questions and suggestions for Lions Lounge lockdowns. So it's members only tonight, but it will be back to normal YouTube tomorrow. If you do want to become a member, don't have to. Don't worry, you'll be able to comment tomorrow during the live stream at the Den, and you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. But I obviously have to give the members some benefits as well. We're going to bounce into some messages from our sponsors, and then fresh off the back of that, we're going to go straight into tomorrow's preview.
Drainex Environmental Solutions are a management and drainage groundworks company who is run by cousins Martin and Dean, who are both avid lifelong Lions. From block toilets to collapsed sewers and everything in between. Covering London and the South East, you will get a 20% emergency call-out discount when you mention Lions TV. Please check out their website for more information.
Bacon sandwich well done, ready?
Kellier Electrical contractors serving the domestic and commercial sectors for over 10 years. A family-run business that's big enough to cope, but small enough to care. Kellier Electrical is run by father and son duo Tim and Charlie, who are big fans of the Lions and Lions TV. Domestic clients in Kent can enjoy 10% off labour when mentioning our YouTube channel.
Lempart Limited are a brand new sponsor to Lions TV for 2024. What do Lempart do? Well, let me tell you, they are a distributor to the dry riser and fire protection industry. They sell everything from steel tube, CPVC pipe and fittings, sprinkler heads, dry riser valves, pipe fittings, cabinets and spares. They are an independent company based in Greenhive, Kent, that offer next day and same day deliveries. They are the fastest growing supplier for these products in London. Please check out their website for more information. Lempart Limited are a brand.
Erif Scrap Metals specialises in all ferrous and non-ferrous metals. We are also an authorised treatment facility for end-of-life vehicles, and we're open to members of the public and commercial customers. We also offer weights and load services with a range of skips, roll-on, roll-off bins and heavy lifting equipment. Open 6 days a week and offering an outstanding service and same-day payment. ESM is here to help you to get the best value for your metal. Mandy and Dan Brown are a married couple that relocated to Spain 7 years ago to follow their dream. They have an excellent amount of knowledge of different areas in and around Spain, which they would love to share with others. The service they offer is hard to beat. In addition to their fantastic properties that they offer, their greatest advantage is that they have hugely detailed knowledge of all aspects of the property buying process. They are the most trusted English and Spanish speaking estate agents in the area and go beyond the call of duty for all of their clients. Get in touch with them now and let them know how they can help you find your Spanish dream home.
Lions TV, this is your preview show. We are looking ahead to tomorrow's home game at the Den. It is sold out in SE16 for the All-London derby against West London's Queens Park Rangers. As always, let's kick off the show by taking a look at the 11 that Alex Neil might pick to start the match. Okay, well, I haven't made a graphic for that because I'm going to say in very simple terms, I think he's going to go with an unchanged side from the team that won against Pompey on Saturday. He had to make 2 changes in the Pompey game from the Luton game, and they were both forced. Liam Roberts came in for Lucas Jensen. And who else went off? Callum Scandon. He dropped out and was replaced by Aaron Connolly. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a good day tomorrow. I'd like to see us now. We seem to have, I wouldn't say sussed our away form, but it's definitely improved. We're scoring a lot of good goals through the middle now. Bangura Williams is linking up really well with Ivanovic. So I think he'll go with something very similar. We've got 2 new players through the door. Will he bring them in? I think they'll be in the squad. I think definitely Cundle will be in the squad. Not so sure on Ajay Matthews. We're going to talk about both those players very, very shortly. We're going to move on to our opposition, Queens Park Rangers. managed by Marty Cifuentes. I tell you what, I will take my hat off to Queen's Park Rangers in this instance, because he come in, was it last season at some point, and they started this season horrendously. Of course, we've already played them at Loftus Road, and we drew 1-1 on the day. Duncan Watmore scoring for us, and then we always say as Mill fans, why don't we push for a second? Why don't we sit back? We push for a second. We got caught on a break, and QPR equalised, but we definitely deserve to win the game, in my opinion, with chances created and missed in the second half. I think that was, excuse me, that right there is why I edit the videos. I think the big Serb, that was his debut. I'm pretty sure it was. I think when he joined the club, they said he was injured for 6 to 8 weeks, and all of a sudden out of the wilderness, he came in and came off the bench to make his debut. There's a good goal he scored, good assist from Langstaff, good step over from Honeyman, and a good finish from Duncan Watmore when he was on fire, head down dunk. But now he is not so much. But getting back to QPR and Cifuentes, they started this season poorly, like I said, and they was nigh on. My dad used to love that word. They were nigh on, bottom of the table not too long ago, but they've made a miraculous recovery. And if we look at their recent form, they have won 4 and lost 1 of their previous 5 league games. It's seen them top us in the table by 1 spot, and we'll get onto that in a second. Luckily for us, last time out, I'm hoping their form is starting to dip, because they lost 2-0 at home to Danny Rolls, Sheffield Wednesday, which sees QPR sitting 13th in the table, like you can see. Same games as us. They are 1 point in front of us, which means if we beat them tomorrow at the Den, we will leapfrog our opponents and be looking only at, what would it be, potentially 4 points off the top 6. If we wasn't to get a result against the R's in SC16, it would mean that we could be looking down again instead of up. But I'm quite confident. So let's move on to a prediction. And so this is your pre-match prediction. And here we go. I am going for a 2-1 Millwall win, and I'm going for Tanganga and the big Serb to continue his good goal-scoring form in a 2-1 win, which will see us once again 3 games, straight wins, 4 unbeaten, and definitely moving in the right direction. I'm starting to get excited now. It's just mad how quick things can change in football. Neil Harris this season, he saved us last season. Didn't start great this season, and we went on that brilliant run, didn't we? And just out of nowhere, for no apparent reason, it just switched, and we just started to capitulate. Harris then leaves. We start on a downward spiral, and everyone's saying, this is fucking, what's going on? But then had about 9 people in it. We played Cardiff. Right, granted, it wasn't on the telly. And I'm not knocking the 9 people or anyone that didn't go, because I didn't go. But things all of a sudden are looking up, and we're playing some attractive football, scoring some good goals. And I'm going for a 2-1 win tomorrow in SE16. If you remember, don't be shy to have a stab at the score prediction in the comments. I'm just going to look at the comments. There's been a donation. Dino, thank you very, very much. Much appreciated. I'm just going to say as well, my mate's got an outhouse where I'm staying tonight. It's a lovely little annex on the side of his house. It's actually bigger than the flat that I used to live in West Malden. But I'm only on 1 bar of reception, so I'm hoping that the pitch is good. I've just been and bought a ring light, because I'm not knocking the freebie he's given me tonight, but the lighting wasn't great. So I've just been and bought a ring light. I know the audio is good, it's got the mic there, but if the visual's a little bit blurry, I do apologise, but I am doing the best I can in the circumstances. Thank you very much, Dino. Super chats are open. You can donate to the channel via the comment section if you so wish. If you don't, not a problem. Sit back, enjoy the show, and let's talk about some transfers in, some transfers out, or 1 transfer out, and some more potential people coming through the door. We're starting with the 3rd signing of the transfer window. Was it the 3rd? I think it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. It was Connolly and Kramer, and now it is Ajay Matthews, the 18-year-old striker, joins on a long-term contract. Shock for an undisclosed fee. Shock again from Middlesbrough. I was with Henry earlier, and he said to me, "Quite, the Middlesbrough fans are going absolutely mad that they got rid of him, because he is supposed to be a very good striker." I don't think he's ever played for Middlesbrough first team. I think he might have made 1 appearance for them. I'm guessing it's like a Carabao Cup game or something like that. And he's never been out on loan. But this definitely seems to be the new model for the club. Not him. He's not the new model. He's got an haircut like me, 10-year-old. But, getting young players on permanent deals, you're going to get some good service out of them, and then move them on for big money, like we've just seen with Romain Esse. I haven't got a problem with this. I'm happy with the signing. It's a really good signing. But will he link up straight away with the first team? We'll get on to what was said by the club and their official statements in a minute. But what I believe is usually if a player's coming in and they're going to go straight into the 21s, it usually says that, oh, so-and-so's joined the club and he'll link up straight away with Kevin Nugent and his under-21 squad. They haven't said that about Matthews. They said he's going to be around the first team, which is good, but he needs games as well in between. So I'm not sure if he's been brought in to be right in the mix. And I have heard a strong rumour, I'm not sure now if that's going to happen because Matthews is coming, that and it's from a reliable source, that Zach Lovelace could be coming back on loan. He's fucking around at Rangers, not signing a new contract, not really getting in north of the border. So there was talk of Lovelace coming back. So I don't know if that is now out the window that Matthews is in, or they might still go with it. And whether they'll seek a loan for Matthews or whether they'll stick him in the under-21s, it remains to be seen. But there you go. This was the club's statement earlier. I'm going to take that banner off the screen for a minute so we can see what we're looking at. The 18-year-old attacker joins the Lions from Middlesbrough on a long-term contract for an undisclosed fee and becomes the club's third. Yeah, I was right. Well, about 15 times to try, and I think I got there eventually. Signing of the January transfer window. Born in Middlesbrough in 2006, Ajay rose through the ranks on Teesside and scored 7 goals in 14 appearances for Borough's under-18s in 2022-23. The forward, who has represented England at under-17s level, made his first team appearance at the Riverside in 2003-24. He scored 9 goals, providing 5 assists across the under-18s Premier League North and Premier League 2. Okay. Followed up by that. Quite it's warm in here, as you can see by my rosy red cheeks. He's only 18 years old, so we have to be patient and protect the expectations around him. He will be out there training with the first team every day, which will be key in his development. We look forward to seeing the impact he can make in the future. I believe that statement come from Steve Gannon. So, look, people might say there's a couple of things here to take into consideration. Excuse me. The first one is some people might be looking at this and thinking, well, if Middlesbrough don't want him, he must be shit. Now, no disrespect to our club. And yes, we're in the same division as Middlesbrough and we're always in and about the same league position as Middlesbrough. But in terms of budget, we're worlds apart. And Middlesbrough go out and buy people like Latte Laugh, who is now going to move to Atlanta in Italy for about 24 million. They go out and buy Conway from Bristol City. So they must have a lot of strikers and their players they nurture through their academies, etc., don't always get the opportunity. So I can't see he's cost the earth, and I'm excited to see how he develops. I just don't want him to get caught in this limbo between can't quite get in the first team, can't get minutes, but also, you know, he's playing for the 21s or he's not playing for the 21s because he's in the first team. So with a loan suit, I'm not sure. But he's one for the future. It's another good, permanent, young Millwall signing. And I'm all over it. Ajay Matthews signs for the club on a long-term contract. Now, the last thing I want to talk about in this situation is, of course, we've got some very good young players of our own. And there's one of them, Sheldon Cundle. Sheldon, what have I said his name wrong? No, I haven't. Sheldon Cundle. There you go. I thought it's Kendall Sheldon. It's quite confusing. They both sound like surnames. But Sheldon Cundle just signed a new long-term contract. We've seen him in and around the first team. And I've seen some very good goals he scored recently for the 21s as well. He's only 17 years old. So, again, people are going to say, well, we signed him. You know, it used to be in terms of people like Hayden Muller and Alex Mitchell. Well, why we keep signing these players and not giving our own players a try? I would argue that's okay if we are signing what Millwall used to sign, loanees, like, you know, gap fillers, you know, old war horses. But we've not done that. So let's take both of them on board and let's try and get both of them through. Are we playing the numbers game a little bit? Well, maybe not. But I don't think it's going to cost the earth, like I say, to nurture these two players. It might give them a little bit of competition between themselves as well. And I think it's a good signing. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. And I'm very interested to see where he's going to fit in immediately. I don't think he'll be in the squad tomorrow, but I'm hoping he might get some sort of time in and around the first team. As we've seen Steve Gallen say, he's going to be training with them. But training with him is not always enough. So we need to get him involved on the pitch. If not, maybe a loan would suit him better in league football, in League One, as opposed to the 21s. It's not as competitive. Not like reserve football used to be. And that's basically what it is. It's reserve football. Right, moving on to the second signing. Matthews was yesterday. Matthews, yes. I've got so many graphics. And today it was announced that Luke Cundle has joined the club. The 22-year-old attacking midfielder. So this is a thing I want to discuss because if I'm honest, I've done a bit of digging. I'm not 100% sure. Joins the club once again on a long-term contract for an undisclosed fee from Wolverhampton Wanderers. I've seen a lot of journos talking about this. And for me, the fee seems to be in the region of £1 million on a 3.5-year deal. So that sounds quite long-term to me. And yeah, Luke Cundle is a Lion. Now, he, unlike Matthews, has got a history. He's got a CV. And a lot of it's been in the Championship. There you go. Luke James Cundle is 22 years old. He's not far off his 23rd birthday. He came through the ranks at Wolves and he played 4 times for the first team in 6 years. Again, if I'm honest, I would expect that to be sort of Carabao Cup fixtures. But he's been on loan at Swansea. He's been on loan at Plymouth. And most recently, Stoke City. Now, I'm not sure where this guy plays. I've said this in previous videos. We surely don't need another Daniel Kelly, another Ryan Wintle, another Billy Mitchell, another George Saville, another Casper De Norre-ish. I think Casper De Norre sort of set himself apart from those boys now. I know Saville's very good. And by the way, it just shows how fit Savs must be. I think I've got this right. But I'm pretty sure they took De Norre off and left Saville on Tuesday away at Pompey. It just shows what legs he's got, Savs. I'm still not forgiving him completely for rolling around the floor against Cardiff because that would have been 3 wins from 3. But he's an attacking midfielder, so I don't think he plays in the positions that they play in. But we have had comment from Steve Gallen, once again, who, listen, pulling the strings, Steve Gallen. And for those that don't like him, and I'm not overly sold on him as a person, but like I said, I don't need to like him as a person. I'm never going to know him as a person. And I'm only basing that on what, really? I shouldn't really say it. I like what he's doing, Steve Gallen. I like the players he's bringing through the door. You know, when Alex Neil come in, he said the club's model is now to try and nurture these young players through what we've got and try and recruit some new ones. And we've got a lot of young Millwall permanent players under the age of 25. So the future is bright. Steve Gallen said, I'm pleased to have captured the signature of Luke. Luke has Championship and some Premier League experience. He's a midfielder who is comfortable on the ball, is full of energy and wants to run and play forward. He has a good record of goal involvements, goals and assists at every team he has played for. I want to thank Wolves for their help with this signing. We all welcome Luke to the club and look forward to watching what he can do with us over time. Is there any little bit of a clue there in that? Not sure. Luke has been registered in time to be in contention for Saturday's Sky Bet game at the Den, a sold-out Den, like I've already said, against Queen's Park Rangers. Now, I'm expecting Luke Cundle to be on the bench tomorrow. I don't think he'll get thrown straight in. But where does he play? Is he an attacking midfielder? I'm going to go to the comments after, by the way, so don't worry. We will have a look back through what we spoke about. And if anyone's got any good information on any of these players that I haven't, like I said, I've been running around like a blue-ass fly. That's from Jan loves that one. Running around like a blue-ass fly. Let me know in the comments. But I don't think he's a central midfielder. I hope he isn't a central midfielder. I'm thinking he might be able to do a better version of what Watmore does, can play sort of anywhere in behind the striker across that 3. And I think we signed him to play on a 10, if I'm honest. You know, with Connolly coming in and news of another player coming in, it will happen as well, but it hasn't been announced yet. I'll talk about that shortly. I think it's really exciting times for the club. Was there a second thing on Cundle? No, there wasn't. That was it for Luke Cundle. So he's through the door. Matthews is through the door. I don't expect Matthews to be in the squad tomorrow, but I think Cundle will be. Now let's move on to some other transfer rumours that have popped up this week. First one from Don Caulinio. So I've got all my graphics on the side of me. You can't see them. I've got like Sheldon Kendall, Luke Cundle, Ajay Matthews, and on this one I've just got written Borough right back because I couldn't pronounce this guy's name if it wasn't on the screen. I still probably can't do it, but there you go. That wasn't 15 minutes ago, it says there. That was yesterday. Mill have made a loan approach for Middlesbrough's, fucking hell, here we go, and Fernay Dixtel. And it says Dixtel, AD for sure. I like that, Rich. Works with Lions Director of Football, Steve Gallen at hashtag, you can see what that says. We'll call them the Anoraks. So, right back is a position that we need filling, in my opinion. Of course, we lost Ryan Leonard and Danny McNamara in the space of 10 minutes, both to long-term injuries. We've heard that Leonard has suffered a substantial injury, and that Lenny now at 32 years old, I think he's torn his calf or something like that. So I think you could struggle to see Lenny in a Mill shirt again. I hope I'm wrong. Danny Mack's been confirmed that he's done his ACL. I could see as soon as he'd done it. Oh, that wobble. Horrible. So all the best to Danny Mack, but he's going to need a surgery. He's going to need a good surgeon who's going to give him surgery. And I think they're both out of contracts at the end of the season. I hope they give Danny Mack another year. I'm pretty sure they will, considering he's a Millwall fan. He's been at the club. I know there's no place for sentiment in football, but being at the club for as long as he has, I'm pretty sure the club will offer him a new deal. But we need a replacement. Of course, we've got Tristan Kramer. I can't say that. Tristan Kramer, who's come into a team. I said this in my post-match yesterday. Come into a new club that was struggling at the time, playing out of position. Come off the bench in the Cardiff game, and he's done really well. And I expect him only to improve. But predominantly, of course, he is a centre back. So when this right back, or if this right back does come in, then that will pave the way for Kramer to compete for the central defence positions, or it could pave the way for Alex Neil to potentially change position and go change formation, and go free at the back. But I don't think he'll do that in current circumstances. He will back-to-back wins and back-to-back clean sheets. So that's one to keep your eye out for. And the other one was, I done the spoilers earlier there, didn't I? And I fucked the graphics up. You can see me hand there at the top. That's the only one I have. Probably see the big bottle of fucking Malbec I'm just about to pour myself as well. Zach Lovelace, yeah, I'm not sure now AJ Matthews has been announced, whether that will happen. Matthews, Cundle, Lovelace, all on the bench and competing. We got, this is another thing I thought about the other day. We got Coburn coming back. Lovely drop of William Barefoot. Was it William Barefoot? Why have I said William Barefoot? William Barefoot Drive, ain't that like fucking New Eltham? It's no William in it, it's just Barefoot, but get the mail back if you're going to get a bit. Beautiful drop. Anyway, where was we? Can't remember. Oh, yeah, I do. Sorry. Coburn coming back. Ivanovic doing well now. I know it's nice to have the two in the same position, and Coburn won't get back in, make no mistake, as long as Ivanovic is scoring goals. It's good to have that choice there, because obviously if Ivanovic gets injured and Coburn isn't fit, Langstaff will come in, and that will completely have to change the way we play. Different types of striker. But, yeah, so we'll have Langstaff, Coburn, Ivanovic. I don't think Connolly's sort of thought as a centre forward. I think he's more of a can do the role that I think Cundle can do, the left, the right, or the middle, in behind a striker. So with Matthews now in and Cundle there as well, and potentially Lovelace. I'm not sure on the Lovelace one. Not sure I feel about that one, but we shall see. We shall wait and see. So there's some players through the door, 2 confirmed to add to the 2 we've already got earlier in the window. That is 4 players through the door. I did get told, I think it was yesterday, and I put it on social media, expect 5 in total to be in by the end of the window at least. So that still leaves us another 1. But the way things are going, I think it could be more. And we'll get on to another player that could potentially be coming in a minute. But first off, we're going to start with a player going out the door. And that is Adam Mayer. 1 second, let's go some vino. Adam Mayer has joined, looks like my old mate Rowie, James Rowe, great player as well. Adam Mayer has joined, Bromley on loan until the end of the season. Now, I do feel for Mayer. He's joined the club, and we don't, for the last 5 or 6 years, we pretty much had the same manager for a long time. Then Harris left and Rowett come in. But since then, obviously, Rowett's gone. Edwards came in. Edwards went. Harris come back in. Harris has gone. And now Alex Neil's back in. And he's had a couple of injuries as well, Adam Mayer. But Neil Harris did tell me the other day, by the way, that he really rates Adam Mayer. So he just needs maybe some game time. Of course, Bromley going great guns down to the club. And I enjoy checking out and looking out for their scores, even though I can't stand going to Bromley, the place, because I just don't know why anyone would live in Bromley. No offence if you do. But you can't get in the place and you can't get fucking out of it. It's like living in central London. Impossible in a car. Anyone, not that I have to go there often anymore. But yeah, it's good for Adam Mayer, in my opinion. I think that, he'll be back in League 2 now where he made his name. I'm going to kill myself now. Who was it with? Was it Morecambe? Was it Akron? I think it was Morecambe. And it's some much needed game time for him to get on loan, especially with all these wingers coming in. It paved the way for him to leave on a permanent if he does do well. We shall see. Okay, let's move on to our final. Got this done quicker than I thought I would. Bit of transfer news. Oh, too early. Once again, this is another name that I'm going to struggle to pronounce. but I'm going to have a go. And it's been broken by Dan Marsh. Dan Marsh is having a right go lately. I've noticed he's working for the Mirror. He's getting lots of exclusives. But let me tell you, on Lions TV, as you know, if you're a regular, he's still not our favourite Dan Marsh. There's only one Dan Marsh on this channel, and it's Dan Marsh, but not that one. Anyway, evening, Dan, if you're watching. See you then tomorrow, mate. Come and say hello. Right, exclusive. Millwall are working on a permanent deal for Brighton winger Benicio Baker-Boetti. Triple B. Careful, don't Google that. You never know what fucking come on your search engine. The 21-year-old spent the first half of the season on loan at Port Vale, but it's now the subject of interest from the Championship club. More shortly. Following on from that, I have seen that Richard Cowley said he's poised to sign. It's going to happen. He's undergoing a medical. So we are going to sign this guy once again on a permanent deal. There he is there. Once he's playing for Brighton back in the day. And if you look at his, he's just turned 21 as well. If you look at his, he's from Hammersmith. Oh, fair enough. If you look at his Wikipedia page, I'm not even going to mention where he came through, where he started in his youth career. But then on to Porto, then to Brighton on a loan, then joined Brighton permanently. And he has played in the Premier League. He's played 5 games for Brighton. And I think they did mention the game that he played in another article, which I didn't even get time to put on the graphics. I do apologise. But, again, another young, permanent Millwall player. And simply short wingers now, all of a sudden, we've got fucking loads. We've still got Amaku who's come back. Still got Aziz as well. We've got Cundle who plays in that position now. Also, Cundle, I believe, they play there. What more, if need be? Maybe not. Ed Dan Dunk, can he become the assistant to the groundsman? I wouldn't say no to that because he loves his turf. He knows his turf, Ed Dan Dunk. That's why he's always looking down at the grass. But he is going to come through the door. I'm going to have to put his thing back on the screen because I can't remember his name. Benicio Baker-Boetti. Boetti? Benicio Baker-Boetti. Imagine Brian Batonde said that. He's been on loan at Port Vale. And Teddy put in the group earlier, he looks fucking unreal, this geezer, which we know it can happen. Refer back to Yuri Skalak's show reel back in the day. It is easy if you're an editor to make someone look good on their show reel because you only show their positive points, don't you? You don't show their negatives. But he's been on loan at Port Vale. He's played 10 games for them. Darren Moore, their manager, I didn't even know he's their manager until I researched it earlier, said he's a game changer. He's a match winner, but he's never scored. I'll just put that Wikipedia back on the screen there. I know it's not all about scoring goals, but if you're a winger and you know, I suppose maybe just assists loads, who knows? Who knows? But once again, sorry, just vaping. Another permanent Millwall player I expect to be announced probably in the morning by the club. We shall see. It has sold out then. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going for a 2-1 Millwall win. That's the hard bit, though. Members, how are we? Straight into George Honeyman. Have we seen the last? Oh, and Watmore, they sort of come. If one gets slagged off, they both do. Have we seen the last of Honeyman and Watmore after these new signings? When Adam Mayer went to Bromley, someone commented and put, "Can they fucking take these two as well?" Look, they've been good servants for the club for these two over the years. Honestly, for some reason, over the last 3 or 4 months, probably shouldn't say this. George Honeyman, his confidence is badly affected. He come on at Pompey, kicking the ball off the pitch. And it's like someone's just let a bee out of a jar and he's just going all over the fucking pitch. But they've been good servants to the club. Listen, I've said this before a million times. If Saville or Denor got injured and Honeyman, and Wintle and Kelly were injured, I think Kelly seems always to be injured. And Mitchell was injured. And we had no centre midfielders. And we went, George Honeyman's got to play centre midfield today and do that holding role. I wouldn't have a problem with it. But he can't play on a 10. He can't. So hopefully we've seen the last of Honeyman in those positions. Watmore is a good professional. He is. But I'm not going to say he's a bad player because, you saw at the start of the season he wasn't. You kind of lost it that quick. Again, I just think it's a confidence thing with Watmore. And I forgot to say this, by the way, in my post-match. Johnny, thanks for the question, mate. I was pissed off myself. There's 2 things I forgot to mention in my post-match, but I don't make notes. I usually just go off the cuff. I'm up a couple of things where I want to remember. When Bangura Williams missed a chance against Pompey, and fuck me, how did he miss that chance? Duncan Watmore was straight over to him, arm round him, consoling him, get your head up and get on with it. You never know, that little boost that don't give him that little pat on the back and arm around him might have made him think, you know what, fuck it, you know, it's gone, I'm going to carry on. And he ended up setting up the winner. The other thing I forgot to mention in my post-match, and people going, what about Savile? What about the North? I haven't got a script. I only get one chance at it, and usually I remember everything. I always forget one or two little things. But yes, Savile was very good. Yes, the North was very good. The whole team was very good. And a lot of people criticised towards the end, and then he said when Alex Neil took off the big Serb, the big fucking garlic and herb, took him off, along with Denor, along with someone else, and he put Mitchell, Wintle and Langstaff on. I thought it was the right move because we wasn't getting forward as a team, and I just thought it was more legs and more energy in a game for the last 10 or 15 or so minutes where Portsmouth were dictating the play and coming forward as a unit. So I thought Alex Neil did the right thing, and I'm enjoying a lot of what Alex Neil is doing. And Johnny sneaks in the comments before I changed it to members only. Well done, John. Mark, how are we, mate? I'm feeling all right, mate. My life seems to, I'm supposed to be resting. My life seems to have got ridiculously hectic since my operation. But I had a little hospital appointment update, update checkup early this afternoon, and then went off to see my kids in Bexley. And I've only made it back as far as Mepham, but I'm on the red. I'm enjoying the stream. The new episode of Severance come out today, so I'm going to watch that in a bit. Get an early night, up early, pie and mash, and then hopefully for 3 points. Good evening, Rossi. How are we, mate? Good evening, Steve. Yeah, still buzzing. Brilliant. You're buzzing to celebrate your 25th at the Den tomorrow. You lucky bastard. Hang on. Oh, no, it's the 1st of February tomorrow. It's my sister's birthday, Tuesday. Happy birthday for tomorrow, Steve. Hope they do for you what they did for me and give us 3 points on your big day. Even in Big D. Super Steve, here are you? I hope recovery's still going well. Why you being nice? It don't suit you. Was going to come and shake your hand at Luton, but I think I was on the other side of the stand. Oh, I'm desperate to know you are. And don't be nice, Steve. Give me some abuse. Come on, don't suit you. But thanks, mate. Yeah, you should always come and say hello because I've never ever found out you actually. Well, you're Steve Morrison, obviously. Ginger Alf, good evening. Good question, Russ. Do I think we've done well in the January window? Yes, I do. And I put it earlier. I said we're absolutely on fire. And someone put in the comments, no, we're not. What are you talking about? So we've got the Fleming money coming in. We know that's guaranteed. He's scoring a lot of goals for Burnley. What's the score, by the way, in the Blackburn? Is it kicked off? Yeah, it must be nearly half time. Blackburn Preston. Fuck me, it's nearly 8:45. It's 5-22-9 at the minute, as my dad would have said. God rest his soul. Yeah, I think we have. And we've got the SA money in. Like I said, we've got the Fleming money incoming. But people might go, why haven't we gone out and bought a £5 million player? Why are we buying these young players? It's the new idea. I think we're trying to do a similar to Brentford, but without going abroad, getting these young players in. And we've had this discussion before. No disrespect to our football club, but who are we going to get for £5 million? No one, and it's just the reality, no one top end of the Championship is going to leave their club to join Millwall, really, are they? You know, and even if they was, you know, a fee was agreed, our wage structure is not a lot what the other clubs pay. So we either have to go homegrown or buy some young, unknown, try and nurture them through, or look abroad. So I think we have done well, mate. And I'm pleased to see that we're not just, you know, we've lost SA. Oh, let's make a reactionary fucking transfer and go and waste a load of money on someone's shit. We're going little bits here. We know the model is now. They've told us that, so we're not questioning what's going on. The club are keeping us informed. And we're building small steps, building a lot of young players. I don't think we're in any danger whatsoever of going down this year. So maybe, you know, if we are around, which I suspect we might be, sort of 12th, 11th, 13th, 14th, whatever, and there's 10 games left, we're going to start seeing some of this talent used. And Alex Neil's proved he'll do it. And that's one thing, another credit I will give to him. Rowett and Harris, not so much, but Andrew Williams, look, a month ago, a lot of us didn't. I mean, I watched the 21s. I used to watch 21s religiously. I don't get up there as much as I'd like to anymore. But I'll be honest, Bangor Williams was one. I saw his name a lot. I didn't see loads of him. But now, a month ago, a lot of us didn't know who he was. Or a lot of you didn't know who he was. I didn't really know who he was. I knew his name. Didn't know what he was about. Now, I mean, the other night, Henry's going to me, do you think fucking Bangor Williams is fit? That's when he pulled his hammy at Luton. They pulled his hammy at Cardiff, didn't he? And Henry's going to me, Lou, do you think he's fit? I'm going, I fucking hope he's fit. So now we're like, we didn't know this guy a month ago, and now we're fucking totally reliant on him being ready. We still got a Maku to come back in who really excites me. I think he's a great player with great potential. Aziz, a little bit more advanced than those two in terms of experience in professional football. So the future's definitely bright, man. I'm very happy with the signings we have made. And look, I'm just thinking this, they ain't all going to come, well, they might all come good, but I definitely think it's the way to go for us as a football club. Dino, thank you very much, mate. Much appreciated. I said thanks for the donation, but I didn't say was what you wrote. And you've gone for a 2-0 Millwall win tomorrow. I think I said 2-1 earlier, did I? Yeah, I was tempted to go 2-0. It's usually tight against QPR, isn't it? We did beat them 2-0 not too long ago. Tyler Bury scored the second. Who scored the first? I can't remember. You'll be there with your boy. Have a good day, Dino. Hope that you enjoy yourself and your boy does as well. Happy with the signings, but we're going for attacking players, which is great. But I feel we need to strengthen at the back with the injuries we have, especially if Tanganga picks up a knock. Yeah, I think, like I said, Bill, it's a good point. I mean, Murray Wallace and Wes Harding. Murray Wallace now obviously will still be about it because of the Callum Scanlon injury. If you don't know, Callum Scanlon's out for around 3 months with a grade 3 hamstring tear. So I'm not expecting us to see him in a Millwall shirt again, which is a real shame. I know he's been playing higher up the pitch, but he can drop into left back if Joe Bryan was to get injured, etc., which does happen to Bryan, but it's not really happened a lot over the last season, or not like this season. Definitely not in the last few sort of 7 or 8, 10 weeks. But we need to get sort of Wes Harding, if he's not going to be involved at all, and get him out the door. But I said I think the new right back coming in will put Kramer into that trio that will be competing. I mean, listen, Cooper's the captain; he's going to play. Jaff's a fucking absolute monster, so he's going to play. So I think the only way Kramer will get in, and it will be harsh on Kramer, but this is football. If a new right back does come in and Kramer gets dropped out, it'll either be to switch the formation, which, as I said earlier, in a minute, I don't think the Gaff will do because we're winning and we're keeping clean sheets, or it's going to be, God forbid, an injury to either one of those or a suspension, which is likely with the amount of games we've got piling up. Mark, you're going for a 2-1 win tomorrow, same as me. We're confident again. We're confident. I can't say I've heard of the kid, but his Wikipedia said he scored 1,003 games for the England 17s. Yeah, I saw that. You're talking about Ajay Matthews. Someone put it in the group. He said played 3, as Super Steve says there. Scored 1,000 for the England 17s. I looked for that. I was going to use it in the video, but it's been changed back to the correct number, which is 0, unfortunately for us. Hi, I'm Ron Burgundy, and I'm Tits McGee. How you doing? What's the opinion on Connolly? I'm Ron Burgundy. I'm Ron Burgundy. Cheers, Tits. Thanks for the donation, mate. Much appreciated. Connolly, I hammered him when he first came to Co. It was tongue-in-cheek. I said his first name should be Tony, not Aaron, because his toes are next to his knees. He's like Weeble. He's wider than he is I. Not that I'm one to talk, but I'm not a professional athlete to say anymore. I was never a professional athlete in the first place. But it's definitely a player in there. I think it's more about fitness and mentality for Connolly. But he's had his personal battles. A fair play to him for holding his hands up on that, coming forward and getting through the other side of that. And hopefully now he can really buy into the Millwall way. And I think he's a typical sort of person that would buy into what we're doing here. When he missed that penalty at Luton, and he'd done really well in the game up until that. He did do well in the game. He fizzled out a bit like he did at Pompey, but I think that's fitness. He put on his Instagram, he just put dog shit penalty, but we got the 3 points. So he held his hands up. Doesn't want him held accountable. Don't think Lovelace will come back in. None of the staff that was here when he left are still there. There's no connection. We'll be like speculating about Jed. Maybe if Harris is here, but not now. Okay, Steve, well, listen. There's an ex-striker at the club. Yeah, I know it done the rounds on Twitter, and one of the boys put it on our socials, on our group chat, and everyone was like, no fucking way, not a chance. But I did get told from a reliable source that it was a possibility. But now Matthews, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. As long as they get minutes to stay injury-free, let's hope they can do a good job for us very much. Russ. Mark Paris, legend. Oh, hang on. Mark Paris, how are you, mate? Good evening. I'm good, mate. You're very happy with the new players, and it is sold out tomorrow against QPR. Are you going, mate? Let me know. No, exactly that. Do you know what, Jake? It's a very good point, mate. Hope you're well over there tonight. in Ireland. I was saying to a mate of mine, 20 years ago, two subs or three subs or two subs back 30 years ago, two subs and three subs 20 years ago. Fucking hell, should I stop saying that now because I'm confusing myself. Football was very much about I'm fucking playing and why am I not playing? But now I think using the Coburn and the Ivanovic thing as a point to reference it, like I was just talking about, I think if the gaffer man manages well and he'll say to Ivanovic, look, Coburn's fit, we're going to sign him permanently as well. There'll be games where I'll play you and there'll be games where I'll play him and I'll know which is best for both of you. The footballers these days, it's just the norm in football. They go, okay. Whereas if that was me 20 years ago, I'd be fucking raging if I weren't playing every minute of every game. But it's definitely changed that in the game and the mindset of the players that are coming into it. They accept it. It's squad rotation. And like you say, it's definitely healthy for competition for places as well. I don't know who you're talking about, but they will be. Whichever one of them. You're going to enjoy watching Adam Mayer playing for Bromley too. Yeah, always look out for Bromley, watch their highlights and keep an eye on things. Of course, they signed Ben Thompson on a permanent now, haven't they? They did really well. Fair play to Bromley. Come out of nowhere, really. Kramer Hasway played very well so far. Daniel saying maybe he'll play two strikers. I think, in time, again, the rotation and the knowing of what to do and when, I think you could see that. But if they did ever play two strikers together, I don't personally think it would be Ivanovic and Coburn. I think they're too similar. I don't think you'd ever see them play together at the start. There you go. You disagree, and that's fair enough, mate. That's your opinion. You give Danny Mack a new deal, and I would as well. Does that say Danny Mack? I don't know. I'm hot. Why is it so fucking hot here? Where's the windows? Where's the windows in this gaff? Oh no. Oh well. Anyway, listen. Yeah, he's a solid championship player that can play right back and left back. People were clamouring for him. There was rumour that he was going to sign for Stoke literally the day before he got injured. But obviously he got injured, so that's out the window now. But I wouldn't have liked to see Danny Mack leave the club. I think whenever he's come in, I mean, when he first came through, like you say, everyone was clamouring for him. QPR were going to sign him. Southampton were interested. Apparently, we're not going to keep hold of him. He's brilliant. But then he was playing wing back, wasn't he? So, he's an out-and-out defender, as we know. If you could morph Joe Bryan and Danny Mack together and have Bryan's forward thinking and Danny Mack's defending, but he was playing as a wing back under Edwards, putting a lot of his fucking crosses in the wrong places, like out in the fucking stand. And he started to get a bit of shit, lost a bit of confidence, went out the side. But since he come back in under Harris, wherever he filled in for Leonard or he filled in for Bryan, he was fucking up there for man of the match for me in those games. Rush, you're going for 0-0 tomorrow. That's no, boys. Thank you very much. Mark Paris is currently 0-0. We've got fucking Preston right behind us, haven't we? Right behind us. 2-1 to the Mighty Lions tomorrow. When do I think he'll drop Savs, Sean? Well, I don't think he will drop Savs. I think Sav will play until the end of the season. I think the Sav was still a very good championship player. He's very experienced. He's one of a few that I would sort of class as a leader on the pitch. He drags the team through it with Cooper. You always see them two having a little chat, and he's always in the ref's ear trying to get decisions, and that's where he let himself down the other week against Cardiff, where he went down, tried to get a decision. All right, Sav, you didn't get it. Fucking get on with it. Tyler Beale's been released by Carlisle. Fucking hell. Dan Brown, a new member. Thank you very much, mate. Oh, is that Mandy and Dan Brown, or is that just Danny Brown? But Danny Brown, thanks very much, mate. There you go. There's your comment as well. You're going for a 2-1 win tomorrow. You're watching from Spain. There you go. That is one of our sponsors. Confirmed. Mate, I'll keep looking at your page and thinking, do you know what? Why am I living in England when I could live there and buy something off you? And I am seriously considering it. Well, I'm seriously considering it. But what you can get for your money, if you haven't checked out their website, their advert played at the beginning, their website links in the description. It's just, especially in London and all, where we live, or on the borders of London as well, some of us, or wherever we live, it's just so expensive, isn't it? So expensive. Here he is. Everyone's favourite Dan Marsh. Paul, how are you, mate? You're going for a 2-0 win, Manchester Lion. Let's not forget it. There's a lot of confidence here, and it's mad how the confidence is just fucking shot back up again. Blackburn 1-0. That's not so bad for us, because I don't think we'll make the top 6. But No, 2-1 Millwall. That was the Blackburn score. Yes, sorry, Russ. I'm with you now. Right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Been going for 50 minutes, and I will end it there. I hope I got through all your comments. Thanks for the donations. Thank you for members. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and you'll be free to comment publicly tomorrow. Ooh, look at you. The live stream in SE16. I will be live streaming from around 2:40 p.m. I'm hoping for 3 points in beautiful South Bermondsey. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Have a good night, everyone. Come on, you Lions.